What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NerdyMark channel. I'm Sid the NerdyMark, and it's back for one night only. Well, or on any night where I don't really feel like recording and editing a video, the NerdyMark Wrestling Show. Today I'm going to be talking about a couple of news articles that happened on this week in wrestling, well, at least in the past few days, in the recent past at least. And then we're going to talk about my predictions for NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver happening on Wednesday on Peacock now. No longer on the WWE Network, on Peacock. On Peacock, Wednesday and Thursday nights. So it's a 2-night event, and then of course we have WrestleMania. I think WWE is trying to kill us with all the programming that they have. But I digress. So, fun fact, I guess, kind of. I am recording this on a Tuesday, but you will probably see it Wednesday afternoon. So this is so in a few short hours we're gonna have Takeover. A few short hours, after the time of watching this video, we will have Takeover Stand and Deliver. And we have actually a pretty stacked card, and I'm really looking forward to it. But before that, let's talk about some news. First things first, we do have on April 11th on Peacock now. I guess this is right after WrestleMania. Well, not on the 11th. It's actually the right after the 11th. So, like, hot off the wheels of WrestleMania, we are getting the next edition of the Broken Skull Sessions with Stone Cold Steve Austin, which is a WWE exclusive podcast now, which, of course, will be streamed on Peacock. And the special guest is none other than the former AEW World Champion, leader of the Inner Circle, Le Champion, Chris Jericho. Now, this is interesting for a couple of reasons. First of all, yeah, it's been a while since Chris Jericho has been on WWE programming. And two, there was this whole idea that AEW and WWE were at war. So I feel like it, and here's the thing, I feel like fans like to romanticize about a war, between the two companies. But was there ever really a war? Is the question. Stuff like this really makes it seem like the answer is no. Now, maybe AEW wasn't really. Now, I mean, obviously there may have been slight jabs at each other. I mean, we all see the pretty blatant jabs that AEW make at WWE, and WWE do indulge in shooting on AEW every so often. But I don't really think there was they were at each other's throats, as it were. Now, maybe, yes, they were contesting for more viewers, and of course, now that after next week, we're going to have NXT move to Tuesdays, I think viewership for both companies will just go up because, people are kind of torn between watching AEW and NXT, and frankly, people like me who want to cover it on a weekly basis, it's going to make life a lot easier. So I'm kind of glad that they're doing that. But this podcast right here, I'm definitely going to listen to it. I want to see what they have to say. And it looks like Vince McMahon has even allowed Stone Cold to allow him to mention AEW. So that's definitely another interesting thing. Because like I said, it always felt like Vince and company were against AEW. They're all anti-AEW and we need to kill off this company or whatever. But it doesn't really seem like it. If anything, maybe they were. Yeah, sure, there was competition. But like I said, they weren't at each other's throats. That never was the whole idea. The whole idea, obviously, was to gain viewership, on either side. But this, I feel like, it shows that both companies are still cool with each other. And perhaps there are more cracks showing on the forbidden door, right? The forbidden door between Japan and AEW has pretty much been open. But I think this is another forbidden door that needs to be opened, and that is the door between WWE and AEW. Perhaps WWE are coming around and saying, you know what, if we make it if we do decide to go into business with AEW, it would be a lot better for us. Maybe, just maybe. I doubt it, but it's still a possibility. Now, I am, like I said, excited to see what they talk about here, both Jericho and Austin. Now, both of them do have a lot of history in WWE itself, right? Now, I'll tell you this. A lot of people are speculating that Chris Jericho may use this to perhaps get more money out of AEW. Use WWE to be like, hey, look, WWE, they're offering, because his contract ends next year. And Jericho could very well be like, hey, WWE wants me back. They, they're offering so much money, and if you can, beat that offer, I'll sign another contract with y'all. He can definitely do that. There's just a lot here. There are a lot of ways that this can go, either for the better or for the worse. Who knows? Now, I'm not gonna lie. I am, like I said, excited for this podcast. I would love a world where WWE and AEW end up working together to give us what we want, and that is a super card. Because, WWE has some of the best, if not the best talent roster on their shows, on all 3 shows combined. Well, 4 shows combined. No, 5 shows combined. Because, right, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, NXT UK, and 205 Live. So, yeah, all 5 shows combined, they have probably the most stacked roster of any company. AEW, obviously, is still a young company, but they also have a very formidable roster. So, obviously, we want to see interactions between WWE superstars and AEW superstars. Could this be right here? Could this right here be the beginning of what's to come in the future? Like I said, I doubt it. I think I'm not. Now, if it happens, I'll be extremely excited, but I'm not holding my breath, so we'll see. But what did you guys think about this? What do you guys think about Jericho showing up on the Broken Skull Sessions, a WWE exclusive podcast run by Stone Cold Steve Austin? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, but let's move on to the next piece of news, and it comes from the land of the rising sun. New Japan Pro Wrestling, Will Ospreay dethroned Kota Ibushi as the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. His dream has finally been realized. He was in the juniors for a long time, became a heavyweight, escaped from Okada's shadow, turned heel, formed his own faction, the Empire, and this is the first big win for the Empire. Now, of course, he's also the Rev Pro British Heavyweight Champion, I guess that's what it's called, and now he's also the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Ospreay, in his conference, called out the current WWE Champion, Drew McIntyre, as well as CM Punk. So, is this more of an indication that there are cracks in the Forbidden Door? Or in the Forbidden Door? I mean, the Forbidden Door has pretty much been open now. At tomorrow, Will Ospreay could very much show up at AEW if he wanted. Excuse me. And Kenny Omega obviously could show up in New Japan if he wanted. So this could be something interesting. This could be the beginning of something interesting. Now, I don't necessarily think Drew McIntyre is going to fly to Japan and, face off against Ospreay, although that would be a damn good match. I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to see it now. Damn you, Ospreay. Maybe that's just him being a prick, because he knows it's not going to happen anytime soon. But he's like, yeah, Drew McIntyre, bring your ass over here. I'm going to, I'll kick it for you. But I think that I'm just really happy that Ospreay finally became heavyweight champion. He's finally graduated from the juniors and has gone to the heavyweight title picture. Now, let's talk about the new title. I think it looks good on Ibushi and it looks good on Will Ospreay. I'm just looking to see how it looks on other people. Like, how's it gonna look on Naito? How's it gonna look on Tanahashi, Okada? How's it gonna look on, you know? This is for you, Tim. Tim Farley, this is for you. How's it gonna look on Shingo Takagi? Should he at one point claim this title for himself? You know, that's my only question. You know, because you know, at one point I did consider the IWGP World Heavyweight title as probably the most prettiest belt. But after this one, the best looking title that New Japan Pro Wrestling has, in my opinion, is the IWGP United States Championship, which, yes, I do have a replica. I unboxed it on my channel. You can check it out now. Please check it out after you watch this video. But this right here, I think, is the most prettiest belt that we have, and it is, of course, held by one Jon Moxley. So yeah, I mean, I'm just, yeah. So that's just what I gotta say about that. Now I'll put this over here for now. But anyway, so tripod. That's okay. But again, congratulations to Will Ospreay. Really looking forward to see what happens. I believe at Sakura Genesis, he is facing off against the Rampage Dragon himself, Shingo Takagi. Looking forward to see what happens in that match. So, but again, I would love to know, what are your thoughts? Are you happy for Will Ospreay? You know, with the whole, well, I do want to talk a little bit about him calling out Punk and Drew McIntyre. Now, CM Punk, I don't really think he wants to wrestle anymore. Like, obviously, you know, I'm glad he's involved in the wrestling community, but I don't think he's going to get in the ring. So, again, don't hold your breath. It could happen, but don't hold your breath. That's all I'm saying. Drew McIntyre, right now, I don't see it happening, obviously. He is going to challenge Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania for the WWE title, which I hope to God he wins. I think he is going to win because they wanted to give him that win when there was crowds. And apparently WrestleMania is going to have crowds this year because they removed all quarantine restrictions in Florida, which I don't know how I feel about that. Just like how I didn't know how they felt when they removed the mask mandate in Texas. But yeah, fun fact, by the way, this Sunday I am getting my COVID vaccine. Oh yeah, I mentioned that in my Mental Health Monday video, but I just thought I should mention it again as a PSA to go and get vaccinated. Go do it. Get vaccinated. If it's open to everybody in wherever you're living, take advantage of it and go get your vaccine. The sooner everyone's vaccinated, the sooner we can, go out without restrictions, right? I don't want to say it's sooner we go back to normal because I don't think things will ever go back to the way it was. I think it's definitely going to change a lot. So we shall see. But anyway, I don't want to get too much into that. But like I said, Will Ospreay versus Drew McIntyre. Like I said, it's kind of a match I want to see now. But I think, like I said, Will Ospreay is just being a heel because he knows that it's what the fans want, and it's not going to happen. And that's why he's saying it. So, you know what? In a way, good heel work by Will Ospreay. So, yeah, but what do you guys think about Will Ospreay? What do you guys think about the new IWGP Heavyweight title? Like I said, the new prettiest title on New Japan Pro Wrestling is this guy. The IWGP United States Championship. There you go. But yeah, that's what it's gonna be. But anyway, by the way, I do want to quickly shout out Wrestling Review Society. They taught me. They mentioned what the female and male snaps were. So so I really appreciate that. Thank you, Kevin, or AKA Heel Kevin of Wrestling Review Society. Both my worlds are merging now, my TikTok world and my YouTube world. Anyway, that's besides the point. So let's get into some predictions. We have NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver in a few short hours of you watching this video. And I have some predictions for you. So, as you all know, this is how it works. There you go. That's how it works. We talk about who I think should win and who I think will win each match. And I'm going to go ahead and predict both nights because last week was the go-home show for NXT. Now, I'm not going to lie, I haven't been watching NXT in the past few weeks just because new job, and I'm trying to get more, accustomed to going to bed early and doing all that good stuff, even though the past couple of days I haven't been doing a good job of it. But, we'll get back into it. I know that I will. But anyway, so without further ado, sorry, stretching a little bit. Without further ado, I've been sitting on a chair for at least 6 hours straight. I say 6 hours because a couple of hours, get up and go around, bathroom breaks, whatnot, right? And lunch break. But anyway, well, maybe 7 hours because I think because I don't even take like an hour-long lunch break. I take like maybe 20 to 30 minutes at the very most, and then like the rest of the time, if I ever get up, it's just to go to the bathroom or get coffee or water or something like that. Anyway, sorry, I'm boring you all with all this bullshit. I apologize. And by the way, yes, I am back going to the office now. I'm not quarantined. I'm in the office. But anyway, so yeah, let's get into these predictions. And we will start with night 1. The first match I want to talk about is the number 1 contender Gauntlet Eliminator. And this lighting really sucks. Well, what else is new? I look like a burnt chicken nugget at this point. Anyways, or a burnt tater tot. I don't know. I'm a vegetarian. I can't eat chicken nuggets. So anyway, let me just grab my water. But we do have the number 1 contender Gauntlet Eliminator. This is to determine who will face off against the current North American champion Johnny Gargano in night 2. So we have the contestants down there. We do have Bronson Reed. Then we have Austin Theory, Dexter Lumis, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Cameron Grimes, Kushida, Pete Dunne, L.A. Knight, Leon Ruff, the person who was defeated by Gargano to become North American champion, Jake Atlas, and Roderick Strong. And I believe, I can't see who that is over there, but I do. I'm not sure who that is over there, so if anyone knows, let me know in the comment section below. Oh boy, this is interesting. Now, in the last takeover, Kushida was this close to getting the job done. And if they're taking the belt off of Gargano in night 2, I say Kushida wins this match. I think it would make a lot of sense. I really want to see Kushida win this match. I really do want to see, Kushida be in, win a title in NXT. Come on, guys, he's been there for 2 years and he still hasn't won a title. Like, come on, So that kind of sucks. But the thing is, here's the thing. But the thing is, they've been pushing all these people. They've been pushing Bronson Reed. Obviously, Theory gets to do some good stuff with the way. Obviously, Johnny wants his own guy in there so that he'll take the fall, so that he'll win and take the fall for Johnny Gargano, which obviously is probably not going to happen. But then again, you never know with TakeOver. Obviously, Dexter Lumis, who's been a thorn on the side of the Garganos, or of The Way, and apparently Indy Hartwell really wants to rail him still. Yeah, that could be an interesting. I could also see that happening. I could see Dexter Lumis winning the North American Championship off of Johnny Gargano as well. Pete Dunne could be interesting. Roderick Strong getting another shot at the North American Championship. Roderick Strong versus Johnny Gargano would be a good match, I feel. But I am, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm going to stick with Kushida. I think it should be Kushida, but I have a feeling it's going to be Dexter Lumis. But I am pulling for Kushida on this one. Next up, we do have the Tag Team Championship Triple Threat match. The NXT Tag Team titles are vacant. I actually don't know why, because like I said, I haven't been watching NXT. Oh yeah, well that's because. Why? What are they? Oh yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, but I know. But I guess Lorcan and Birch vacated the titles for some reason. But we do have MSK versus the Grizzled Young Veterans versus Legado del Fantasma. Now, depending on how it's going to go in night 2, my answers do vary. Now, MSK, obviously, they made their debut in the Dusty Cup, won the whole thing, and here they are, about to be, here they are as the number 1 contenders for these titles. They did beat Grizzled Young Veterans to, become number 1 contenders. And Grizzled Young Veterans have been a really good tag team as well. And I think that if they hold the gold, they can do wonders with it. Ooh, excuse me. And also, Legado del Fantasma. I feel that Santos Escobar, as Cruiserweight Champion, has done some really good things. He is underrated on the mic, dude. Like, he really is underrated on the mic. He's great in the ring, we all know that, but Escobar is very underrated on the microphone. He is, of course, facing off against NXT UK's Jordan Devlin to unify the Cruiserweight titles next week. So like I said, depending on what happens next week, well, you know what? Some of the events that transpire on night 1 are going to bleed into night 2, obviously. So I'm gonna say I want Legado del Fantasma to win this. I need Santos Escobar and Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza, who, by the way, have gotten a new lease on life since joining Escobar. I need all members of Legado del Fantasma to be holding championship gold, just for a little bit. You give them that monster push. I don't care. I want that for Legado del Fantasma. Let them be. The Undisputed Era is gone. Let Legado del Fantasma be the new Undisputed Era, if that makes sense. Now, I'm not saying that they are anywhere close to the caliber. Well, that's not right. I'm not saying that they are the next Undisputed Era, but, Undisputed Era, their whole legacy has been cemented. Like, they are going to go into the WWE Hall of Fame at some point, for sure. I think now that the era is no more, now that the Undisputed Era is no more, I think it's time for a new top heel faction or a heel stable to be able to be there on NXT. And that heel stable, one of the best ways to establish a stable is when all the members are holding a piece of gold. And I think Legado del Fantasma, if they hold this gold along with the Cruiserweight Championship, first of all, it will elevate all 3 of these men like no one's business, and it'll elevate those titles as well, because all these all these men are fantastic wrestlers, and I think Mendoza and Wilde, they just need that one extra thing to push them to the next level, and winning these belts could be it. I can also see MSK winning, just because they're the newest team on the block, and their offense is amazing. So, and obviously I can see both these men taking the belts and doing amazing stuff with it. So, for a feel good moment. I could also see Grizzled Young Veterans too, right? Like I said, if you think that if you think what's his face Gibson, right? Uh, if you think he's a prick now, imagine how he's gonna be when he has a belt in his hands, right? So that could be cool. But at the end of the day, who should win? Legado del Fantasma. Who will win? MSK. That's my prediction. Now, up next, we do have Walter versus Tommaso Ciampa for the UK Championship. Now, last time we left Walter and Timothy Thatcher, Thatcher has been courted by Imperium, and finally Walter made his appearance came down to the United States, and it's going to be Tommaso Ciampa and it's going to be Walter. Now, Walter has been the NXT UK champion for 2 years. 2 whole years. That is crazy. We thought Pete Dunne's title reign was long. This dude has been the champion for 2 years, and I believe he's only the 3rd NXT UK champion. Like, how crazy is that? Right? I think, first of all, this match is going to be epic because both of these guys are tough sons of bitches, or tougher than a $2 steak, as JR would say it. And I feel like, but I don't think Walter's reign is going to come to an end in American soil. I do believe that Ilya Dragunov is going to be the one to take it off of Walter, or someone in night 2. Well, no. It's going to be Dragunov. I think it should be Dragunov. I think he should be the one to dethrone Walter. And then Walter, I don't know what he can do, but he'll do something. He's Walter, man. They can figure something out. He doesn't need a belt necessarily to be, to be a big deal. But that's the whole thing. I think this should be a very interesting match. I'm really looking forward to it. Will Timothy Thatcher turn on his tag team partner? You never know. Perhaps that's how Walter wins this match, by having Timothy Thatcher turn heel again and betray Ciampa. That could be something. I'm really looking forward to see what happens here. And then, finally, our main event for night 1, the NXT Women's Championship. The Joshi Judas, Genius of the Sky, Io Shirai, takes on Raquel Gonzalez, who, last time I checked, her nickname was like hashtag, like I see her Instagrams, and she always uses the hashtag chingona. If anyone can tell me what that means, please let me know. And I hope I'm not saying anything wrong. But yeah, Raquel Gonzalez, she has been able to step out of Dakota Kai's shadow. She's been able to do both. She's been able to help her friend Dakota and be able to, go out on her own as a single star. Now, I would not mind if Raquel dethrones Io Shirai, but here's what I would love to happen. It's probably not going to. Let me just say it's not going to happen. This is my dream. This is where I go into fantasy booking a little bit. But Raquel Gonzalez dethrones Io Shirai. Io Shirai retains the NXT Women's Championship. Over the weekend at WrestleMania, Asuka drops the Raw Women's Championship to Rhea Ripley. Next night on NXT, Io Shirai, maybe she has a good exhibition match, and she's confronted by the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. And then we have this feud for Asuka and Io Shirai. And we have, next TakeOver, we get that match. I would love for that to happen so much. I really want that to happen. And then Asuka can dethrone Io. I wouldn't mind that. But for now, I still just want Io to retain. But if Raquel does take the belt off of Io Shirai, I wouldn't feel mad because Raquel, like I said, she has been able to come out on her own and do great things. So I can see that happening, and this can easily transition into a feud, a slow burning feud between Dakota and Raquel. That could be something that happens. I wouldn't mind that either. Because she has proven that she is not the Diesel to Dakota Kai's HBK. She is her own woman, and she doesn't need Dakota. Like, fundamentally, honestly, ideally, Dakota Kai should not help her in this match. Dakota Kai should just stay the hell out of it. And, even then, we can still have that feud. She can be like, "Where were you out there? I've been there. I've been there for you all this time. Where the hell have you been? So we can work that out into a feud. But I just want to figure out a way where we can see Io Shirai versus Asuka. Or we can do it the other way around. Io drops the title to Raquel at WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley loses to Asuka, and Io Shirai comes out and confronts her. That could happen, but I do feel like they're strapping a rocket to Rhea Ripley, so I don't see that happening. I do see Rhea Ripley dethroning. Early prediction, I do see Rhea Ripley dethroning Asuka as Raw Women's Champion. I can totally see that. Perhaps that she's just being poised for Charlotte to take it off of her again, which would suck, but what are you going to do? Anyway, but final predictions. Who should win? Io Shirai. Who will win? Raquel Gonzalez. Oh, by the way, NXT UK Champion, Walter should and will win that match. Okay, let's just be honest. So with that, let's go on to night 2. Night 2, we begin with the NXT North American Championship match. Whoever wins that match will face off against Johnny Gargano. Now, if it's Kushida, like I predicted, I do think Kushida should win this match. If it's Dexter Lumis, I have a feeling that Indy Hartwell will distract Lumis, allowing Johnny to retain. So it really depends at the end of the day. But if either of my picks are in this match, I'm going to say, if it's Dexter Lumis, I'm going to say Johnny retains. If it's Kushida, I want to say Kushida should win that match. And if it's anybody else, Johnny Gargano retains. So that's my prediction for Johnny Gargano versus whoever wins that match. Now, this is a match that I'm actually really looking forward to. The Cruiserweight Championship Unification match. The Cruiserweight Champions Santos Escobar and Jordan Devlin face off. I'm really looking forward to this match. I know Devlin is a good wrestler, although he was also in the allegations for the Me Too movement. Not Me Too, the Speaking Out movement, sorry. And, well, I mean, it is wrestling's version of the Me Too movement, but you know what I mean. Look, man, Santos Escobar is going to win this match, okay? Santos Escobar should and will win this match, okay? That is what I want to happen, and I think that's what will happen. And then we will end this match with Legado del Fantasma holding all the gold in their hand, just like this. They will be holding all the gold in their hand. Let me back it up for y'all, just like that. They'll be having the belts like this, and they'll be holding it. Yes, it was totally just another excuse for me to show off my belt again. I just love it, man. It's so pretty. It is so pretty. I love it, man. This is just a beautiful belt, and that's why I keep showing it off. I hope you all don't mind that. Anyway, so I do think that Santos Escobar will win and will have a hold all the gold kind of a moment for Legado del Fantasma. Up next, finally, our main event. We have the Prince, Finn Balor, versus Karrion Kross, for the NXT Championship. Now, Karrion Kross is fighting for the title that he never lost. You know, he got injured and he had to vacate it, because of which Finn Balor was able to take advantage. Now, well, okay, I'll talk about this after. But I think this is going to be interesting. A lot of you guys know I am a huge mark for Finn Balor. I really like Finn Balor a lot. I've mentioned many times that if he was wrestling when I was a kid, I would have said I want to be Finn Balor. You know, because he was the cool kid. He's the cool kid on the block, and he's the person that every little boy dreams of being. Now, however, I do think Karrion Kross is dethroning the Prince and taking back, like I said, taking back what he never lost. So Karrion Kross should and will win the NXT Championship. What does this mean for Finn Balor? He can do one of two things. I think he can be, if Kushida wins, if it's Kushida and he wins against Gargano, Balor versus Kushida for the North American title. That would be a fantastic match. Or, like they were originally planning to do before this pandemic, Finn Balor versus Walter for the NXT UK Championship. Should Balor win that one? I don't think so. It should be Dragunov. But then again, Balor could win it and Dragunov could beat Balor. Because remember, the last time they faced off, Finn Balor beat Ilya Dragunov. But this time, Dragunov can get the receipt and be like, you know, I kicked your ass now. You know, that'd be cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind if Finn Balor moves over to NXT UK and just competes there for a little bit. You know, let him do that for some time, and then we'll go from there. Now, as you can see, a certain match is not on this match graphic. And I forgot, first of all, one of the reasons is because I forgot to download it. Another reason is just because you know, I think it's technically not part of the card. It's an unsanctioned match. It is, of course, the implosion of the Undisputed Era. Kyle O'Reilly taking on his former best friend, the Undisputed Era teammate, Adam Cole, baby, in an unsanctioned match. Whew, boy, this is going to be a very emotional roller coaster ride, for me at least. I don't know about you, but for me, you better freaking believe it. This is going to be crazy. That's all I can say. Both of these men are terrific in the ring, and I really want to see what these two can do. Now, they've faced off against each other. You know, I saw the Prime Target. By the way, it was cool that they used a picture from New Japan, and they said courtesy of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Again, more cracks on the Forbidden Door, man, I'm telling you. I mean, now I'm starting to think there was never a Forbidden Door. Perhaps it's Vince McMahon. Perhaps Vince McMahon is the Forbidden Door. Yes, that's it. That's it. Vince McMahon is the Forbidden Door. Look at it. Think about it. Okay, look. They're using pictures from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Jushin Thunder Liger is in the WWE Hall of Fame. I mean, he's obviously not going to come down there to collect his prize because pandemic, but it's still there. So, is there really a Forbidden Door? Was it all in our minds? You know, of course, Tony Khan was saying, I was the Forbidden Door. I think maybe it's Vince McMahon who's the Forbidden Door. Because Triple H, for example, is all in on working with New Japan. And I'm pretty sure by extension AEW as well. But Vince McMahon, he never was, he was like kind of okay with it in the beginning, but then after Jericho just up and left WWE and went over to AEW, he just like, screw everybody, we're not going to work with any more territories, which is terrible, which is very, very disheartening, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. This is not for a title. This is not about championship gold. Nothing. This is about two men who have grown a lot of disdain for each other because of differing ideals. And now it's all coming to a head. This match, I'm pretty sure I will get very emotional in this match because, if anyone can do it, it's Cole and O'Reilly. So I can't wait to see what they do. I know they're going to tear the house down. Picking a winner is very difficult for me. I kind of just want to sit back and watch this match unfold. But since we are doing predictions, I kind of brought this upon myself, I guess. So, who should win this match? Now, here's the thing. There were a lot of rumors being speculated that Adam Cole might be leaving NXT. That was like several months ago, but they completely forgot about it. Could this be the swan song of Adam Cole? And could he perhaps, and even Britt Baker has been talking about how she wants to work in the same promotion as Adam Cole, but she doesn't want to go to WWE. So that leaves only one other option, right? And obviously Adam Cole has been seen in pictures with the Young Bucks even after AEW happened. So, could we see Adam Cole leaving NXT and jumping over to AEW? Because anyway, Kenny Omega, for example, he's the one who did kick Adam Cole out of Bullet Club. So we still need Kenny Omega to Adam Cole still needs to give Omega his receipt. So could we see that happen? Could Adam Cole be leaving NXT and Kyle O'Reilly getting a huge singles push? Who knows? Perhaps after Bobby Fish comes back, they'll form Red Dragon again, both O'Reilly and Fish, and go and dominate the tag team division once again as tweeners or whatever. I think that this could. I'm just saying there's a potential there for Adam Cole to perhaps this could be his exit from NXT, and he could either be going up to the main roster. I mean that can happen too, or he could be jumping ship over to AEW. Now, yes, I know that the AEW theory is a little far-fetched, but is it though? Is it though? All his friends are in AEW. His girlfriend is in AEW. So, it could happen. I'm just saying. But, obviously the more plausible theory for if this is Adam Cole's last hurrah in NXT, he's probably going to go to the main roster after WrestleMania. Because, anyway, this is when NXT call-ups happen. So we could very well see Cole in Adam Cole on Raw or SmackDown. I would prefer SmackDown. But yeah, that could be something. Now, like I said, so that could be something that it could happen. Who knows? So I don't know if this is Adam Cole's last hurrah in NXT, but if it is, what a great way to go out. But either way, Kyle O'Reilly should and will win this match. And Adam Cole, I don't know what happens to him. Either, like I said, I do have a strong feeling. Actually, I'm just going to say it. I think this is Adam Cole's last hurrah in NXT. Whatever happens, he's leaving NXT. He's either going to the main roster or AEW. One of those. Personally, I hope AEW, but we'll see. But If this is the last swan song of Adam Cole, then hashtag thank you, Adam. Seriously. Oh, and Adam Cole, baby. So, with that being said, those are my predictions for NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoy TakeOver Stand and Deliver. I will most likely be doing a review with Armbar Audio on this channel, and we're going to do WrestleMania review on Armbar Audio's channel. So stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff we're doing, a lot of collabs across both channels. Well, at least one collab across both channels, and yeah, we're just going to take it from there. But thank you all for watching or listening, whatever you did. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Tell your friends about the Nerdy Mark. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Happy Mania Week, everybody. Take care.